Good morning, boys and girls. I'm so glad to see all of you. Welcome back to the city of North Glen's land of make-believe. We have some good stories for you today. It's been so hot outside lately that I thought we might need to chill out and cool down. Today, we're going to talk about getting mad and being angry and what we can do to take a chill and cool down. It has been so hot, and sometimes I get so hot too about things that are going on that are so frustrating and make me so mad. And we're going to find out what we can do about being so mad, and also talk about why it's okay to be angry and a safe way for us to be angry too. The first story that we're going to read today is one of my favorite books, and I think you're going to recognize it because I am sure some of you have read this story before. The first one we're going to read is I Was So Mad by Mercer Mayer. Let's go. I wanted to keep some frogs in the bathtub, but my mom wouldn't let me. I was so mad. That's my mad face. I wanted to play with my little sister's dollhouse, but my dad said no. Boy, was I ever mad. Get in the right spot. I wanted to play hide and seek in the clean sheets, but Grandma said, no, you can't. Was I ever mad? Olaf was so mad he just got out of here. I wanted to water the garden, but Grandpa said, you can't do that either. So I decided I would paint the house, and Grandpa said, no way. Dad said, why don't you play in the sandbox? Mom said, why don't you play on the slide? I didn't want to do either. I was too mad. I wanted to practice my juggling show instead, but Mom said, no, you can't. You're ruining my good eggs. So I decided to tickle the goldfish instead. Mom said, leave the goldfish alone. You won't let me do anything I want to do, I said. I guess I'm just going to run away. That's how mad I was. So I packed my wagon with my favorite toys, and I packed a bag of cookies to eat along the way. I was not about to chill out right now. Then I walked out the front door, but my friends were getting ready to go to the park to play ball. Can I come too? My mom said I could. I'll run away tomorrow if I'm still so mad. Our little critter was so mad he didn't know what to do, but then after a little while, he had cooled down. We're going to read another story about another friend to see what she does to help herself when she's so mad. I know that all of us get mad sometimes, and those are big feelings that are very hard to handle. So we have to figure out how we can cool down without being danger to ourselves or to others or to property. So let's see what Sophie does when she gets really, really angry. When Sophie Gets Angry, Really, Really Angry by Molly Bang. Let's see what happens with Sophie. Let's see. Oh, such pretty pictures. Sophie was busy playing when her sister grabbed her gorilla. My turn, she said. No, no, said Sophie. Yes, said her mother. It is her turn now. And her sister snatched the gorilla away. Sophie fell onto the floor. Oh, I can tell it's not a good day for Sophie. Oh, is Sophie ever angry now? Look at that mad face. She kicks, she screams. She wants to smash the world to smithereens. Is that the right choice for Sophie? I don't think so. She roars a great big red roar. Roar, she says, to help herself feel better. Sophie is a volcano getting ready to explode. She just can't let it go. Pa-bam! She runs and she runs and she runs until she just can't run anymore. That is helpful sometimes. Then, for a little while, Sophie cries. Sometimes when you get mad, tears come out. Now she sees the rocks and the trees and the ferns, and she hears a bird. She comes to the old beech tree and she climbs. That might be a good way. Exercise is a really good way. She feels the breeze blow her hair, and she watches the water and the waves from the tree. The wide, wide world comforts her. Sophie feels better now. She climbs back down. And she heads for home. See her home right down here. The house is warm and it smells good, and everyone is glad she's home. Everything is back together again. And Sophie isn't angry anymore. Sophie found what worked for her when she was angry, and she decided to make those choices. Lots of times when we get angry, it is really hard to know what the right thing to do is. And sometimes we get so mad that we say things that we don't mean, or we act ways that doesn't make other people feel very good. And when that happens, we might need to say we're sorry. We might need to say, I didn't mean that. I just got so mad and I couldn't let it go. I couldn't let it go no matter how hard I tried. We're going to check in with another friend named Lily and her purple plastic purse. And we're going to figure out what Lily did to let it go. This is Lily's Plastic Purse, Purple Purse by Kevin Henkes. And it is definitely one of my favorite books. Let's see. Lily loved school. I love school, she said. She loved pointy pencils. She loved squeaky chalk. She loved the way her boots went clickety-clickety-click down the long, shiny hallways. She loved the privacy of her very own desk. She loved fish sticks and chocolate milk every Friday in the lunchroom. Straws make everything better, too. And most of all, she loved her teacher, Mr. Slinger. Mr. Slinger was sharp as a tack. He wore artistic shirts. He wore glasses on a chain around his neck. He wore a different colored tie every day of the week. Instead of saying, "Greetings, students," or "Good morning, pupils," he winked and he said, "Howdy." He thought the desk in a row the old-fashioned way was so boring. He always provided the most tasty snacks, things that were curly and crunchy and cheesy, that were Lily's favorites. "I want to be a teacher when I grow up," said Lily. "Me too," said her friends, Chester, Wilson, and Victor. At home, Lily pretended to be Mr. Slinger. "I'm the teacher," she told her baby brother Julius. "Listen up." Lily even wanted her own set of deluxe picture encyclopedia books. "What's with Lily?" said her mother. "I thought she wanted to be a surgeon or an ambulance driver or a diva," said her father. "It must be because of her new teacher, Mr. Slinger," said her mother. "Wow," said her father, and that was about all he could think to say. Whenever the students had free time, they were permitted to go to the light bulb lab in the middle of the classroom. They expressed their ideas creatively through drawing and writing. Lily went often. She had a lot of ideas. She drew a picture of Mr. Slinger. She wrote stories about him too, and during sharing time, Lily showed all of her creations to the entire class. "Wow," said Mr. Slinger, because that was just about all he could think of to say. When Mr. Slinger had bus duty, Lily stood in the line even though she didn't even ride the bus. Lily raised her hand more than anyone else in class, even if she didn't know the answer, because she wanted Mr. Slinger to know she was trying so hard. And she volunteered to stay after school to clap erasers. "I want to be a teacher when I grow up." "Excellent choice," said Mr. Slinger. On Monday morning, Lily came to school especially happy. She had gone shopping with her grandma over the weekend. Lily had a new pair of movie star sunglasses, complete with glittery diamonds and a chain like Mr. Slinger's to wear them with. She had 3 shiny quarters, and best of all, she had a brand new purple plastic purse. And it played a jaunty little tune every time she opened it. I love that. That sounds so fun. Lily wanted to show everyone. "Not now," said Mr. Slinger. "Listen to our story." Lily had a very hard time listening. Lily really wanted to show everybody her pretty purple plastic purse. "Not now," said Mr. Slinger. "Let's be considerate of our classmates. They're trying to listen to the story." Lily had a hard time being considerate. Lily really, really wanted to show everybody her movie star sunglasses in her pretty purple plastic purse and have it play the music when she opened it up. The glasses were so glittery, the quarters were so shiny she had in there, and the purse played such nice music, not to mention how excellent it was for storing all of her school supplies. "Look," Lily whispered fiercely. "Look, everybody, look what I have." Everybody looked, including Mr. Slinger, but he didn't look very happy. I can see where this is going. "I'll just keep your things at my desk till the end of the day," said Mr. Slinger. "They'll be safe here, and then you can take them home when it's time to go home." Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. Her glasses were gone. Her quarters were gone. Her purple plastic purse was gone. Lily longed for her purse all morning. She was even too sad to eat her snack. You see her? Oh, she's looking sad. That afternoon, Lily went to the lab. She was still very sad. She thought and she thought and she thought, and all of a sudden, she started feeling angry. Oh no! She thought and she thought some more, and then she became furious. She thought and she thought a little bit longer, and then she decided to draw a picture of Mr. Slinger. I bet you it's not going to be very nice. "Big, mean Mr. Stealing Teacher" was what her picture said. "Wanted by the FBI. P.S. I don't want to be a teacher when I grow up." That's how mad Lily was. Right before the last bell rang, Lily sneaked the drawing and she put it right into Mr. Slinger's bag. When all the students were buttoned and zipped and snapped and ready to go, Mr. Slinger strolled over to Lily and gave her her purple plastic purse back. "It is a beautiful purse," said Mr. Slinger. "Your quarters are nice and jingly, and those glasses are absolutely fantastic. You may bring them back to school tomorrow as long as you don't disturb the rest of the class." "I don't want to be a teacher when I grow up," snapped Lily as she marched out of the classroom. On her way home, Lily opened her purse. The glasses and the quarters were inside, and so was a note from Mr. Slinger. It said, "Today was a difficult day. Tomorrow will be better." There was also a small bag of tasty snacks at the bottom of the purse. Lily's stomach lurched. She felt like crying. She felt simply awful. Lily ran all the way home and told her mother and father everything. Poor Lily. Instead of watching her favorite cartoon, Lily decided to sit in the uncooperative chair. "I'll stay here for 1,000,000 years for Mr. Slinger. Why does everything happen to me? 1,051, 1,052, 1,099. She's even trying counting to help herself calm down. That night, Lily drew a new picture of Mr. Slinger, and she wrote a story about him, too. Lily was really very sorry, so everyone forgave her, even her parents, even her stinky baby brother. and especially her incredible teacher. And then the sun shined its smiley face down on everything and everyone, and even the bugs and the worms, and everyone was happy. "Listen up," said Mr. Slinger. "I forgive everybody. He's so kind and good and nice, he could even be the principal," said Lily. You can see her wonderful note that she wrote for him. She's trying to make up for being so angry at him. Lily's mother wrote a note, and Lily's father baked some tasty snacks for Lily to take to school the next day for him. "I think Mr. Slinger will understand," said Lily's mother. "I know he will," said Lily's father. "That's how teachers are." The next morning, Lily got to school early. "These are for you," Lily said to Mr. Slinger, "because I'm really sorry." I think she's a little bit sorry. Mr. Slinger read her story, and then he looked at the picture, and then he read the note, and then he sampled the snacks. "Yum, yum," he said. "Wow," said Mr. Slinger. That was about all he could say. Just wow. "What do you think we should do with this?" he asked about the naughty note, the note that wasn't so nice, that Lily wrote when she was feeling really, really angry. "Could we just throw it away?" asked Lily. Excellent idea. During sharing time, Lily demonstrated the many, many uses of her purple plastic purse, her shiny quarters, and her glittery movie star sunglasses. And then she did a little performance using them as props. "It's called an interpretive dance," she said. Mr. Slinger joined in. "Wow," said the entire class, which was about all they could say. Just wow. Throughout the rest of the day, Lily's purse and quarters and sunglasses were tucked safely inside of her desk. She picked at them often, but she did not disturb another soul. And right before the last bell rang, Mr. Slinger serves Lily's snacks to everyone's delight. "What do you want to be when you grow up?" asked Mr. Slinger. "A teacher," everybody responded. Lily's response was the loudest. "Excellent choice," said Mr. Slinger. All the pupils filed out of the classroom. Lily held her purple plastic purse close to her heart. Mr. Slinger was right. It had been a better day. Lily ran and skipped and hopped and flew all the way home. She was so happy. She was no longer angry. She really did want to be a teacher when she grew up. That is, when she didn't want to be a dancer or a surgeon or an ambulance driver or a diva or a pilot or a hairdresser or a scuba diver or any of the other things that she used her imagination to dream up. Lily understood that maybe when you're not so nice to somebody and you're feeling very angry, that there are ways that you can make up to them, because we don't want to make anybody else feel bad when we're feeling angry ourselves. There's some things that we can do to chill out, right? We can all be cool. We can all chill out when we get so mad. There are things that we can do. We can clench our fists, and when we want to relax, we can open our hands, and we can take a big breath in, and we can let it go. Breathe out. We can take a walk. We can get a drink of water. We can dance and dance and dance and wiggle out all of those bad feelings. Sometimes that really helps me when I'm feeling angry. You can write or draw about it if you can't find somebody to talk about it with. But you need to remember that everybody gets angry, and it is okay. Some of those feelings feel so big, and we don't know what to do with them. So we have to just let them go, just like Olaf. Maybe, just maybe, our prince isn't so charming. Just maybe we go to pet somebody, and instead of a smile, they give us the angry face. What can we do? We can walk away. We can step back. We can say, "I am better than fighting with my friends, and I am ready for a new day. And my friend Olaf and I were very angry today because our friend the prince couldn't come, and Scuba Steve had to be gone, and so I was feeling very, very angry. Feel it, and then that anger sometimes turns into sad, and then you are sad. What can we do? What can we do? I've got one more little bitty story for us that will tell us something that we can do when we get mad. There are ways that we can work through it. We can cool down and work through our anger. And this story is by Sherry Miner, and she is going to tell us what we can do. I like to feel in charge of things. I might feel sad or frustrated when things don't go my way, or when I have to do something that I don't want to do. Makes me feel mad. Or I might feel hurt if somebody doesn't show me respect. Right? That makes all of us feel bad. I may feel angry too. I may have a hot face, because there's other ways of getting hot besides being outside, right? I might have tense muscles. My heart will be beating really, really fast, and I might be breathing really, really hard. Sometimes I feel like exploding with my hands, my feet, or my mouth. Kind of like Lily did. But hitting and kicking and using mean words can hurt people and their feelings, and that is not okay. There is no hitting and no kicking and no saying mean things to our friends. Losing my temper won't help me or anyone else. It can cause more anger and more hurt. Keeping my anger shut inside of myself won't make anything better. All of my feelings are okay, and I can admit to others when I'm angry. I can learn from my anger and find ways to work through it. First, I can take deep breaths. I can count to 10. I can cool down. I have lots of ways to cool down. I might go somewhere relaxing to take some time just for myself. I might run or play outdoors or spend a lot of time with other people. When I feel calm, I can think more clearly. I may think about my part in the problem and what I can do to change it. Talking things over with somebody I trust may help me understand and work through my anger. A parent or a grown-up is a very good person to talk to when you feel angry. I can also talk calmly with the person who is there. I can show respect and tell them how I feel and what I need to feel better. I can also listen and try to understand the other person's view. When I've been angry and I've done something unkind, I can say, I'm sorry, I'm not perfect, I made a mistake. It won't help to blame anybody else. I'm sorry, me too. I can be patient and I can forgive people. And I can remember that everybody makes mistakes sometimes, and that's okay. When I can't change something, I can choose to accept it and make the most out of it. It's raining and their picnic got ruined, but guess what? They could still have fun. I can look for the best in everyone. Changing the way that I think of someone can change the way that you feel about them. I can find a way to get along. When I cool down and work through my anger, I can feel peaceful again. Those are some really good chill skills that you could practice at home when you feel angry. And I want you to remember that sometimes it's okay to just let it go, and that we all need some time to cool down. And you can ask with your words for that time for yourself. I want to tell all of you that being angry is okay. We just have to remember to be angry in the right way. So I hope you'll practice some of those cool down tips and skills for yourself at home when you're feeling like you're a volcano and you're going to explode. Maybe instead you can let it go. I can't wait to see all of you again next week, and we'll talk again about more feelings and what we can do with them. And hopefully next week we'll have our friend back with us again. I will see all of you again soon. don't forget to stay safe, stay cool, and chill out if you need to. Love and hugs from the city of North Glen. Bye-bye from Miss Kelly. I will see you all again next week. Bye-bye.